So that's why we have an in-house psychotherapist. We only show in America with an in-house psychotherapist, the lovely Jill Payne, member of the American Academy of Psychotherapy, joins us via Skype. She's laughing. What's up, girl?
uh, you're funny. I use this analogy on people, so I won't say Democrats, Republicans, liberal, conservatives. I will use this analogy. So you have a pencil and you have a pen, and it's much better if I do it in person. So just everybody imagine a pencil that has a lead and then a pen that has a pen tip. Whatever you call it.
All right.
And so when I put the same amount of pressure on both of those objects, which tip will most likely break first?
I'll take pencil for 200, Alex.
All right. Okay. So the pencil's wonderful. It still works. It writes. It can erase. Sometimes maybe better than a pen. So it doesn't mean that it's worse than a pen. It means that it cannot take as much pressure. So that's how people are. There's some pens out there and there's some pencils. They still work. It's just some can't take as much stress.
All right. So
how is that?
Let's try this again. There's pencils
and pens. So if you have somebody that can't take so much stress, because we all need stress, when we break down, we start crying or we start eating a lot, different coping mechanisms. And so the people that are crying may be pencils. I don't know. I'm just making a suggestion. And so that's my analogy for the reaction. May I say something, though, about the race and how I think it is going to affect us? And I may be wrong. I'm usually 99.9% right when it comes to people.
Right. Well, you're a psychotherapist. You should be. You'd be like a lousy psychotherapist if you weren't on target.
Tell my husband that. He's supposed to think I'm 100% right.
Right?
Exactly. Yes. I keep telling him if he would just say yes to me all the time, he'd be the happiest husband in the world. He just doesn't get it. Okay. So anyway, getting back to what's happened, we have that the House now is run by the
Yeah, it's going to be Democrats. Yeah, in January. Yeah,
and then we still have the Senate. I think we even gained a couple in the Senate.
Yeah,
so we're stronger. It was a pretty good race, and so basically, when I'm going to give this to your people so they understand. When you're a husband and a wife, and you want to get along, it's all perception, Sam. So if you let your husband, I'm a woman, so you let your husband believe he is the king of the household. He may not be. You may make all the decisions in the world. If he believes he is the king, he is going to be happy. You're going to be happy. It's going to be a win-win. So right now, the Democrats believe that
Well, I don't know what they believe. I know they believe in God, but they think they had a big victory last night.
Yes, they think they had a big victory. They feel better, more secure. And the more secure another party is, whether it's a partner, a friend, the better chance you have of talking to them rationally because they're going to feel more secure. Okay, so that is what I see going on here. And I'm hoping that does work. So we need to stand by and look at how it's going to go. I think it will be more of a bipartisan because of this, instead of the Democrats just trying to stop the Republicans.
But that's all they want. Listen, that's all they want. Like, it's not like, the Republicans have a wonderful agenda, and it's very God-focused, America-focused, family-focused, success-focused. The Democrats now by nature are just a group of hate. They're a group of extremist hate and double standards and very dark lifestyles where beating up girls like Keith Ellison is okay or raping women like Bill Clinton is okay to them as long as it pushes their needs. But I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of working together there, Jill. I mean,
I do think psychologically, just like the millennials, you cannot say millennials. They're even split in two now. There's the older millennials, and they call them something I don't even know. The older millennials and the younger millennials. They're millennials, yet they think a little bit differently. And so when you have the Democrats, you're going to have some alt-left Democrats, and you're going to have some that are in the middle. The ones that are in the middle, I really believe this is going to affect in a positive way that's my belief.
But they're getting pushed out. Wait, they're playing the music. I got to go to break. The middle are getting pushed out by the Goblin Salt left. I want to ask you, if someone in your family or at work, it was a Beto fan, and they're crying, What do you
Yes.
say to them? Sorry or what? We'll get to that next after the break.
Okay,
When
very
you see a
good.
crying Beto fan, I mean, they're unemployed. Why do I say they're at work? Why would I say Beto supporters at work? They don't have jobs.
It's the Sam Malone Show on AM 1070, The Answer.
Yeah, just to show you how this world we live in works, I was joking an hour earlier. I said, I think it was last hour, I said, I have this big media company called 512 New Media, which is a television production company, a huge marketing firm that we do for clients all over the country. And I still do. I love the radio show. I love doing the radio show. So there's so much going on behind the scenes here. While there's a radio show going on, there's people's television commercials being made for Michigan. There's people's radio commercials being made for Pennsylvania, all over the place. In addition to the fact, there's also a radio show going on about the radio show. So I got the call from Mike Gallagher's people to fill in tomorrow to do the national show tomorrow. I know, right? 323 stations, 7 million listeners. So that's going on behind the scenes as we have to move the satellite dishes things around to beam the signal from here to New York, and actually New York and Dallas, and then it's beamed out to 323 stations. So that's what's going. So Mr. Tiller played that, not by accident, just played it early. So tomorrow we'll have a 1 hour Houston show and 3 hours of the national show.
Which gives you 4 hours, folks, to listen to Sam Malone.
I don't think anyone wants to listen to me for 4 hours.
And you'll also be on Facebook during this whole time, too, won't you?
Yeah, we always televise it nationally, so the whole country gets to see the zaniness of what we do here. Drinking Dunkin' Donuts coffee, wearing golf shirts with a huge 80s cop mustache. That's entertainment, said Eliza Minnelli. All right, let me get back to our in-house psychotherapist, Jill Payne. And real quick, and that's the thing. You never know. Like, all of a sudden they go, hey, we need you for the national show. And that's a whole nother kind of show. It's a whole nother kind of stress, But I love it. I thrive on it. I just thrive on it. But a lot of these millennials, they're so soft and weak that they were crying when Hillary lost. Jill Payne, in-house psychotherapist.
Right.
Now they're crying that this Robert Francis O'Rourke, who took all that dirty Hollywood money and pushed socialism, that he lost. What do you say? You go into work today and there's weak Bob. He's 23. He's really weak and soft. Doesn't work out. Can't fight. Can't field strip a weapon. Take down a tree. Unclog a drain. Lives at home in the basement with his mom for free. What do you tell when he's crying over Beto losing?
So again, there's two parts of the millennials. There's the older millennials that are in their late 20s to mid 30s, and then there's the younger millennials. And now you also have the Gen Zs that are 15, Sam, to 21. So, and they're a whole different breed. They only deal with the phone. So they really have trouble communicating face to face.
Right.
So you have these children that have been raised where supposedly they had those helicopter parents. I guess I was considered one of those. And so they don't know really how to cope. So the way you present things to these individuals would be different than the way you would present it to you and I. And so we, as the nation, need to learn how to talk different languages, because everyone has different languages. You have a different language than your wife. You have a different language than me. And everybody has different languages. Anyway, so it's all one how you present it. One, you would tell these individuals that it would be really healthy for them to work with what they've got. So to accept what happened, you can't really say, hold on. I wouldn't say, you need to accept it. Now, I might say that to a friend of mine, but people in the age group of the 20s, you talk to them and you say, hey, listen, I'm hearing that you're in pain, so you need to maybe work with what we got, and what we got is Cruz. And so, and matter of fact, Sam, a lot of people are doing this because Cruz was just at a high school last year, was surrounded by the kids. So I do believe he is learning to talk more the millennial language. Now, two of the things that they are worried about is Social Security and their student loans. And I know they.
You're so sweet. I mean, our in-house psychotherapist, Jill Payne. You're so nice. We have to understand, and we gotta understand. The 18-year-olds. I love you, but the 18-year-olds who stormed the beaches of Normandy right? Nazi guns coming the other way. These guys are fighting for freedom. The young Rangers it was airborne, surrounded in Bastogne by the Nazis, and that's when the General McCullough said, "Shoot in any direction to hit a bad guy." The Marines who are hoisting the flag at Mount Suribachi, that famous picture at Iwo Jima.
Right.
Nobody said we need to understand or feel like these young men, 18 to 22, 23-year-olds. These boys were strong as horseradish.
It was a different breed, yes.
Yes, it's a different breed. So
it was.
I'm not going to sit there and go to anybody, gee, Fred, gee, Bob, I want to understand you. Here's a trophy. Participation.
Well, hold on a second. So whenever, Sam, you use humor, I use compliments. Whenever I go and talk to somebody, I find something that I like about that person. And that opens up the conversation. So if you want someone to be open to listen to you, you need to. People want to be appreciated and heard. So if you do that at the beginning, you're a salesperson. Right away, you've sucked them in. And then you can go ahead and start talking about some other things. All
right, you're sweet. But I'll tell you, this generation, these soft little generation, these little, a participation crowd. It's like you get a trophy. In all seriousness, my son got trophies for baseball, of which his team was like 0-20. It was like the worst. And they gave him trophies. And I'm like, what are you getting a trophy? Oh, my God. That famous thing from Meet the Parents? Remember in Meet the Parents with Ben Stiller?
Yes.
And Robert De Niro goes, I didn't know they gave out trophies for 8th place. And this is it's like, man up, you little girly Beto supporters. You lost. Get over it. There's Rangers and special operators and godforsaken parts of this country who have bigger problems on their plate, like getting out of this place, without getting shot, than your little election loss. Final words from our in-house psychotherapist.
Yes, final words. We're thinking 2 years down the road, and these Gen Zs are getting older. They're already up to 21. We need to be able to speak to them. And I seriously am saying that we need to start looking and talking their language so that we can get them to be more open to what's going on. Because half of the millennials are getting up there in years. They're getting up there in years. I mean, mid-30s. They've been through some things, so they know, what works and what doesn't. I do believe that. Now, my son is a conservative, and so he's 27. And I'm just saying that we need to, younger people are usually liberal.
I know, because they don't.
Well, they haven't been through it all.
They haven't done anything. They haven't paid a single tax. They
haven't been right. Their parents have done everything for them.
Yeah. Right.
So they don't know.
So
we need to educate them, Sam.
I would say.
There you go.
I'd say, hey, your boy lost. Get back to work. Get out of bed, millennial. Stop crying.
Anyway, I do think this is going to be a plus. I think we're going to get some things passed.
All right. That's why you're the in-house psychotherapist, and I'm the kid from Philadelphia, and that's my. We clash in how we handle things.
You're awesome.
No, you're awesome. You're the best. Okay. What? Well, listen. Go have a wonderful day, a blessed day. Thanks for being on our show.
Congratulations for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do the national show tomorrow, and then we'll.
Yes. One day I want you to have me on, Sam.
Anytime you want. If you can do 3 hours, I'll just get up and leave.
No, I mean as a guest.
No, I'll just host it. You just do it. It'll be the Sam Malone Show with Joe Payne. I'm going to leave. I'm going to take a nap. It'll be a beautiful sofa.
Joe, this is JP. You really are Sam's safe place. So just think of yourself in those terms.
JP says you're my safe.
You're the star.
No, JP says you're my safe place. When I'm triggered, you're my safe spot.
Aw, thanks, JP.
He's the best.
That was sweet.
All right, get out of here. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Jill
Okay,
Payne.
bye.
Bye, in-house psychotherapist.